It all starts with Greg waiting for Louise under the bridge. Suddenly gets a call saying that Louise is dead. So he drives all the way there to the investigation and gets the recorder out of his jacket right before they search him. While that's happening, James St. Patrick's basically calling Angela, wondering what the hell is going on. Angela says she'll handle it. Until then, you can trust me. Ghost of course doesn't, because he knows something is up, because all of a sudden he hears Louise is dead. When Greg's in the office, he makes a call to the people in Mexico looking for the agent that Mike referred him to meet up with Lobos. As that was happening, one of the DA people come in, questioning him about him putting him in Louise in witness protection, and because of this got him killed, and wants to know more answers. Basically saying you better have something or it's your ass. So he leaves, and Greg basically then goes to the other guy's house with the recorder, and he finds all the evidence that he can use against James St. Patrick, Tommy, and Angela, because he's still trying to set up Angela. James St. Patrick and Proctor are talking, and Proctor is telling them about the recording, how it could affect him. And James is like, I know, but I need to make sure I'm not on the recording. So Proctor's like, well, now it's under their hands, but they can't really use it because it's illegal to record someone without their permission. But it ain't safe for you either to be dating Angela Valdez. He's like, oh, we and her are not dating anymore. Then Proctor is like, great. Maybe we should have a group chat of all your fuck ups, because you've been fucking up this whole season. But I'm gonna tell you this. If you're on there, you're going down. James St. Patrick goes into Greg's house to find the recorder. As he's searching around, Angela comes home early. And James, as usual, disappears. Hides in the bathroom. She's looking around for Greg, but doesn't see him anywhere. So she leaves. At that moment, Ghost leaves from the window, and he drops the thing where he opened the window, and he puts his hand on the window. Oh god, I see where this is gonna go. At the club, James St. Patrick and Karen, oh, those two talking like they on a date. Karen be like, yo, I can't believe those douchebags. I thought they were clean people. And James is like, oh, they weren't clean. I knew they were right. But you can trust me. And they agree to open 3 more clubs and one in Dubai in the future. As Tommy met up with Milan, Milan told the guard to leave and tell him to go play with his little boys. Then Milan tells him that we can't kill Ghost yet because he has the agreement to do with Karen and the father. But after everything's in the clear, then we can kill him. Tommy doesn't like that, so right after this, he goes to the guard and says that, hey, I need you to do something for me, but you have to trust me. As this all was going down, Greg Knox is over at the guy's house, and he's showing him the recording and saying that I got them, I got him, we can finally put them in jail. And the guy's like, you don't have anything, you recorded them illegally. How is this gonna work? And plus, if you put them in court with the recording, your ass gonna be fried. So Greg knows, but he's gonna get one of them to flip. So when James was heading to the club, James gets pulled over. He got pulled over by Greg. And Greg starts interrogating him, saying that, oh, I got you now, and saying that I know who you are and everything, and that you're with Angela. And then I got it back. She let me in. Yep, she let me in. And now, all you gotta do is protect yourself, because everything you have going is on the line. James protects Angela and protects himself. After the whole interrogation, Greg calls Mike and says, hey, we need to talk about the link, the missing link. And as this was going on, James finally meets Tommy at the warehouse. Tommy wonders why he's late. James is like, well, you know, driving while black. If they ain't see shit, I ain't do shit, then they ain't shit. So then Tommy tells Ghost that we need to kill Milan at the club. Ghost doesn't like that, but Tommy's like, well, there's no other way. So we doing it, motherfucker. Greg and Mike meet up at his house. Mike wants to know what's the missing link. Greg then gets a call as he's about to tell him, and the caller was from the people where he called earlier, and they say that the person that Mike referred to has been dead for a year. Greg now finally figures out who it really is, and he's shocked because he didn't expect it to be him. And then he goes and tries to confront him about it. Mike tells him that they were gonna kill his family. Greg's like, I don't give a shit. You had other options. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take you in. As that was gonna happen, Mike pulls the gun on him. Greg tells him, easy, easy. What would your little girl think if you were found out to be a murderer? Mike puts the gun down. Greg, foolishly enough, decides to try and grab the gun, and that's when Mike shoots him in the neck and then shoots him in the chest and then kills him. The next morning, the DA is at Greg's house, looking over his death and taking all the evidence they need. Angela's then here, wondering what's going on. Then she sees that Greg is dead, and she's like, "Wait, what? How did Greg die? How? What did they do? What happened to Greg? What did they do to Greg? What did they do to Greg?" All worried, like he was the love of her life. It's like bullshit. Just last week you were getting dicked down by James St. Patrick, giving them lucky charms, and now you care about Greg. You didn't care about him before, and now you don't care about him now. I bet if you found out that he was trying to set your ass up, you wouldn't be crying and worrying. Shut your whole ass up. When all of them had to meet up at the office, the cunt in control comes in and says, well, Greg was a very good person, but he was the missing link. He had the phone. And Mike decides to smart mouth himself and say something dumb, and then she's like, yo, I could have just fired your ass. And you too, Baldy. But we're not going to do that. Instead, the case is closed. So they leave. And then before she leaves, she goes to Angela's like, oh, we two are back together. Well, it don't matter now. He's dead now. She goes back to the house afterwards to go look up for any missing clues. And then, as she goes outside to the window, she checks the window and sees there's fingerprints. And then she goes back to her office and finds out who it was. It was James St. Patrick. Ghost and Tasha are then talking, and Ghost accidentally mutters Holly while talking about the whole situation that's been going on. And Tasha's like, what do you mean? Holly? What do you mean you helped Tommy with Holly? Ghost is like, oh, nothing. He goes, calls Raina to look for the shoes, and Tasha's like, wait, what's going on here? She's starting to wonder if something happened to Holly. So then Tasha confronts Tommy, told Tasha that I have a plan to get rid of Milan once and for all. Ghost is not going to be harmed. And then Tasha's like, yeah, but he's the father of my kids. I have to protect him. Tommy's like, I know. And this is all going to end. What did you do with Holly? Tommy's like, Holly? Nothing. Carry out with the mission. So then good old Tariq hanging out with Slim Shady. Slim Shady tells him, hey, I want you to deliver that package to Ray Ray. Tariq foolishly accepts, as usual. And then, as he gives him the package, they arrest his ass. Put him in the police car, where you see Jukebox about to sentence his ass, saying that, hey, if you don't tell us who did it, you're gonna be spending time in juvie till you're 18. Tariq decides not to talk. And at that moment, Kanan comes in, aka Slim Shady. And Slim is laughing along with the Jukebox and them, saying, we got you, we were just testing you. And Tariq's all like, yeah, laughing like he's like, oh yeah, I'm a hustler. Like, Tariq, go to school. Compared to Ghost, you're Casper. Tariq and his new gang afterwards are hanging at Kanan's house, And Jukebox asks him, so, where are you from? Tariq says, the city. And at our house, we have an elevator. And Jukebox like, an elevator? Goes to talk to Kane like, yo, we need to rob his ass. Let's rob his ass. Kane's like, no, man, we're gonna break in. I wanna hurt him. He's like, yeah, we can hurt him from the pocket and the heart. So then, afterwards, Jukebox puts something in the lean and fucks Tariq up. Tariq all like, oh man, I was busy. That lean was great. Passes out. And then, 50 Cent comes in, takes his shirt off, sits down next to him, puts his arm to the side, and they take a picture. And Kanan sends it to Tasha. They got your retarded son, and they want money now. So then James meets up with Angela at a coffee shop. James tells her that everything's gonna be under control. And Angela doesn't even know what to say anymore. At this point, she's been lied to, manipulated, and now thinks that he killed Greg. But she doesn't tell him that. But she tells him that the case is closed now and that now we can go on with our lives. And James is like, oh, but you love me though. You love me, I know that. We can be together then. Angela's like, no. Goodbye, James. Leaves. Then big plan happens. At the night, James St. Patrick is at the club celebrating his glory, and then afterwards he signs the contract. Milan goes to talk to him, says, I have you now. And James is like, no, I have you now. And then all the other guys are there. They have the gun pointed up to them, and even the girl too, because remember the girl from episode 7? Yeah, Tasha was at the club too, and she put the gun to her as well. And now James is like, what are you gonna do now? All your guards are set up. And if you do one thing, they all die. Come outside. And then Ghost brings him outside and Tommy's waiting him and he's like, about time, motherfucker. And Milan's like, really? You're really after everything you're gonna set me up? And Tommy's like, just get in the car. So they drive to another warehouse. They walk him. And then they all yell at his ass, shoot him in the face, and now Milan is dead. As everything was perfect, everything was going well, Angela comes into the club. James thinking, hey, I'm about to win Angela back. Kisses her and says, I got everything. Everything is here. I signed. I got a few more clubs. The father was talking about opening the club in Dubai. I made it. Our dream. And then Angela's like, yeah. And Ghost is like, yo, we can be together. And she's like, we can't. You're under arrest for the murder of Greg Knox. And he's like, what? What do you mean? What are you doing? You have a right to, and she says the amendments. Ghost is shocked. He's like, not my knife. What? And he didn't know what to say because he's shocked. And he gets taken away. Karen, Dre, and the father see this. The father's just fed up of it. Karen's shocked. Dre's like, oh shit. And Ghost gets taken away. And that's it. Will James St. Patrick get out of prison? Will Tommy run the drug game better than Ghost? Will Tariq ever have sense? Will Kanan Jukebox carry out the plan and get the money from Tasha? Will Tasha even find out about Kanan being alive? Find out next time on Power Season 4, episode 1. But guess who's not gonna be there? You. Really? This is how it's all gonna go down? I'm sorry, man. But I'm gonna have to run things from here. Sayonara. By the way, subscribe to DJPFreshking.